Whew. Good morning. Don't mind me, we're pivoting real quick. Final Fantasy 14 is currently under maintenance and should be for the next half an hour. So, I don't want to not stream, so let's play a game for a little bit. Has everyone seen this before? This is Rune Dice. It's a fun game. It's not Final Fantasy 14, but I was playing this a little while ago, and someone gave me the most heartbreaking compliment. They said, "Nice win for easy mode." They're not wrong. They're not wrong. I did beat a difficult boss on, well, normal mode. But you know, it was an accomplishment. All right, I hadn't played through all of these guys. They weren't all max level. It was a good win. But yeah, I've been going through. I made sure to beat all the bosses on normal mode with all the guys. And so now, what I really want to do is give it a shot with a max level guy. See if we can beat one of the harder bosses. In the Void Circus, this guy's pretty much the easiest. Like, they did a good job of putting these guys in order of difficulty. But we're gonna try to beat the Void Circus on hard mode with my boy Ragnar, I think his name is. Paladin. But I've gotten decently okay with all the classes. But yeah, I also want to be playing Final Fantasy 14 right now. It's Final Fantasy Friday. I want to bring shadows. And all the paths are very intense. We will go this way. But Rune Dice is kind of my off-stream game right now. It's very satisfying. You push the buttons, everything dies, you feel good about yourself. It's a very relaxing game. Oh, I'm gonna get hit. Oink. I lucked out there. The end of comment, game 1 coin for each regeneration you currently have. That is good, because my best tactic is a regen build. I think I'm gonna bring the sound down just a little bit. I remember now, this game was a real like ear burster when you started up. Like the volume's down to like 25%. Hang on, let me check my stream health here. Did I go live on YouTube? I did. I appreciate you all popping in. Even though it's currently a lie. We're currently playing Rune Dice, waiting for the maintenance to be over. Ew. But yeah, Rune Dice is just good. Like, there's nothing special about it. There's no story, there's no nothing. It's just a game you can put on and play and have a good time. Ooh, I want a level 5 regeneration die. Thank you. Now there are like things you can do to like boost your chances of getting this to go up. I find it's better not to waste the other resources. Just in my experience. Like, it'll make you feel bad. There's like a huge bump and like the game acts like the worst thing that ever happened could have happened. But you're fine. Oop. Reset. I need more regens. Would be nice if the purples weren't so far away from the blues. But I guess I'll just take a boatload of money. Let's keep healing. That's the Ragnar way. Every other class is like, you know what? Maybe I'll experiment around with dying. Not Ragnar. Ragnar has a living-centric build, which is ideal. Now here's the part where Ragnar doesn't shine. That guy's gonna walk right up to us and explode. There's not a ton we can do about it. Because we're not focused on doing enough damage to stop him. We got him though. I need you to stay alive for a little bit. So close. I almost always go for the relics. For one boss, like, that strategy can be detrimental, and that's the Ringmaster boss. Because he makes all, like, normal dice disappear. That's his gimmick. And so, like, you would just have, like, these 6 die here. In which case, it might be better to die max before you cry max. Alright. Do him a good murder. This guy's gonna touch me, and there's not a lot I can do about it. That might do it. It did do it. We're having a lot of luck. Like, so far, every shot I've planned seems to have worked. I might have missed like 1 or 2. But, like, I work out the shot in my head, I take the shot, and it plays out that way. It's kind of like pool, in the sense, like, It only comes back to bite you if the shot you planned in your head doesn't work. It looks like there's no skill involved. And you know what? Maybe there isn't. But you want to go for the big explosion right off the bat. Ah, see? Now that's normal luck. Like, you plan a shot in your head, you fire, and then, yeah, it just doesn't pan out the way you expect. And that is my expectation for, like, most shots. Ooh, gravity rune. So the dominant strategy is still gravity, amplify, amplify, amplify. Like, you do that and you can one-shot most bosses. If you can just hang on to those runes the entire time. These guys are hitting me, and it hurts. Maybe I should be avoiding the elite fights for the rest of the match. It's not doing me any favors to be down half my life at this point. Making him throw stuff at me, which isn't, you know, great strategy. But I need to maximize damage to get him off the field. So now I can focus on living. Like, at this point, I don't actually want to kill him. I want to get these heals. And I got none of them. Oh, here we go. Maximize healing. Keep me alive. Okay, we don't want to do any more elite fights. Do I have a choice? I have to do that one. We might actually have to hit this door deliberately. Which kills me. Hate hitting stores before the final boss. +3 to max value. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want maximum regen. I don't even particularly want to do this fight. Maybe we hit this one first. What's the plan here? That was not it. Alright, panic mode. Sometimes you gotta use the resources you got to stay alive. And that's fine. And what can you do? The answer is slightly more damage, but, you know, I did not do that. Give me money, give me healing. We're doing it. We're back in the game, suddenly. I need to review the tapes to see if I got 3 healing or 7 healing. Go in here. Heal after fights. That's a good plan. Gain shield when enemy dies. Like, we are survive maxing here. This one actually is not that good for us. And then we actually walk away. What is the plan? I can do like 2 fights and fight the big guy, or I can... I'm gonna go here. And we can pivot if this doesn't go well. This is gonna go well. This is good shape. Stay alive. We start getting shields when people die. I'm not 100% sure which things I should be upgrading. Like, ideally you want a stair step, right? Like, just go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I could have bumped this guy up to 5, but then we'd be completely missing 4 dice. Ow. There was no real plan there. Should have done something else. That was a misplay. I'll give you that. I need to get to that one. And you know what? I'll take 50 damage. I won't take 50 damage. I'll do 50 damage. Am I gonna tear through this guy? Answer is yeah. It looked like I got 2 monies there. So this divine reward chest sucks. Because like at most you can get like half of the regeneration you earn. Okay, we're doing good battle wise. I'm feeling good going for this guy. And maybe I'll regret it, but you know, let's find out. Got 8 minutes until Final Fantasy maintenance is supposedly over, and then we can get back to it. I promise. Like, someone's got to bring the shadows. And if it's not me, then who? Ugh, I hate to see these big regens go to waste, but it is what it is. Wow. I can boost one of these up to a 5. That wouldn't be a catastrophe. 5s and the 6s are too far apart. I can never make it. Old Man Windbreaker, how are you doing? We are going to play Final Fantasy in a bit. But we've gone back to Rune Dice while Final Fantasy's in maintenance. Although, you are here all the time for whatever I play, so I imagine you're just having a good time no matter what. You make it to more of my streams than I do, it seems. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Old Man Windbreaker. And I hope you're having a great day. What day is it? Friday? Is it Friday? Oh, it is Friday. It's Final Fantasy Friday. I should know this. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling like I can't be killed. Which is a good time to fight an elite. Playing the shot. Boink. Need some pores, but I'll never get to that one. I might get to that one though. What are the odds I can get those 6s to touch? Slim. I can only nudge like a little bit at a time. I don't have that ability. It's alright. We'll do better after the board refresh. Wow. Making little villager groans every time. It doesn't kick off the way I'd hoped. Regen die. Alright. So the problem is this guy's going to do 6 damage to us, I think, every single turn. And these guys are going to do 2. So we're taking 8 damage a turn. Right off the bat. It's best to use your runes early. We're not gonna, even though like we're well prepared for this fight and we're doing the best we can. I don't want like a couple of bad rolls to ruin us here. Like we need to tear through this guy as fast as possible. Can I get that one? Yes. All the other ones are hidden though. Yeah, it was never gonna work out for me. What have we got here? Lots of healing. It's fine, he's dead. And that was, like, the real problem. Now, see, we blew all our dice. All our rune dice. And we came out with, like, a scratch on us. Like, we might be able to get it back. We've got enough healing. But, like, if he lived for another round or two, we might not have fully recovered, which I guess is not a huge catastrophe. Ooh, more regen die. Judgment die deals 2 bonus damage. I'm actually gonna go for the penance die. Like, we don't have any judgment die. We do now? Yes, we do now. We do have, like, healing up the wazoo. It's significant. Ah. You don't hit the bombs to succeed. You hit the bombs for, like, some kind of freak chain event where you do 1,000,000 damage. But, like, you're really just kind of, like, throwing your lot in with chaos and hoping. Alright, it's 5 o'clock. Maintenance should be over on Final Fantasy. We will get there very soon. But we're so close to the boss fight. I'll try to speed it up a little bit. Prove that I have it in me that I can beat this on the hardest difficulty. Hard boss on hard difficulty. It can be done, I swear. I mean, it looks like we've had no challenge whatsoever. But I am playing, like, my best build, or my best character on the easiest boss of the Void Circus. And we max leveled everything, so, like, we're as good as we could possibly be. Or even, like, we've even got tons and tons of coins. Always tempted to take a crazy shot here, but we'll just go for... Wanted to go for money only, but I went for the Healy. Take some holy die. Yeah, hitting that final shop with a load of money is gonna mean the world to us. Gonna plow right through this guy and start working on the bomb. Honestly, I think we're gonna be really fine for this fight. Just gotta believe in the build. only way I'm gonna pull this off is if I say pull this off. The crazy thing I want to do is hit that number 7. But to make that work, you need a level 4 die. I think we can do it. No! Jump higher. That's what the spring's for. I mean, we're fine, but we could have been damn fine. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'll take that. Got all these regen die over here. They would never be touched. Alright. Shopping spree. Holy die removes negative stacks. I don't think that's a thing that's going to happen to us. Give me the gravity booster. Reduce rerolls because we're going to be doing that a lot. Get an amplify. Do damage. Extra shield. Coins and healings after battle. Does not matter to us. Treasure runes actually kind of grew on me, but we're sticking with this broken strategy here. Mercy die is good. We do have a penance die, don't we? We've got one, level 4, does 3x damage. 2 bonus damage for each merge instead of 1. Yeah, there we go. So we get all these artifacts, which might be like a record number of artifacts for me. We've got the majority of like the broken, like defeat the boss for 3. And we've got a million special die, most of which keep me alive. This is the best prepared I've ever been. So this is what a hard mode boss looks like over here. Look at him doing 24 damage. Now we suck this all up. Dang. It didn't kick off the way I'd hoped. I mean, we've got massive regen, so he's going to shoot me in the face for a decent number of damage. We'll be okay. Dang it. Thank you, Mercy. I really wanted to hit that bomb. Could kick off a lot of good things for us. We just can't hit the guy in front of us, and that's fine. You be super dodgeable for trying to kill the people behind you. Shoot, what choices do I have? This guy is all up in my way. Use mercy dice intentionally to get out of that. Yeah, I could just... I'm gonna kill you. I tried. You get the double damage. I'm healed. It's just you and me now. You're gonna go up to 24 damage again. And that is fine. I'm gonna hit you a bunch. I'm gonna heal a bunch. Really wish some of that went down differently, but what can you do? I need your tentacles to get out of my face. You're a little bit of a problem, sir. This will reduce your damage for next round. And we can slap some real healing on ourselves. And we live. We did it. And we can see first attempt, beat the Tentacle Terror on hard mode. Maybe we'll come back and do the Clown and the Ringmaster. It'll go pretty much the exact same way, I think. Like, that is my strategy. Now, hang on while we start playing what we meant to play all along.
One thing they will promise, they're building you a throne. If only you had seen, they won't leave the truth alone. And now you can see the world, but you're blinded by the light, leading you from reason and straight into the night. Now don't believe him, he's a liar and a sugar coater. Just wait until break of dawn. Say what you have to say, but don't forget to leave the motor on. He'll turn around, but you will be gone. You're drinking dirty water from the dirty well. Don't believe the glitter, he's got plenty of things to sell. Now one thing to remember, and you will be alright. They promise you the world, but they leave you in the night. Now don't believe him, he's a liar and a sugar coater. Just wait until break of dawn. Say what you have to say, but don't forget.
I just got hit with like every JRPG nostalgia vibes I had from like when I was a kid. Like thinking of all the good ones I played, like Grandia 2, Final Fantasy 6, 7, 10, 10 2. It's the opera singing, like it just hit me like that.
How many years have I waited for this moment?
Part of me really wants to play the Final Fantasy VII remake,
Against the storm.
but man, that is a lot of time to commit. That feels like 180 hours. Maybe that's what I play
Called
for Final Fantasy Fridays.
the Warrior of Light.
Wait, why isn't my controller working? Oh. There we go. Got scared for a second. Mighty hose. Oof. Have our orange juice. I believe last time I promised I would get a glamour set up with the cool pajamas that Ada got me. I did not find the time to do that. Alright. Up here. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we're playing Final Fantasy XIV. We've taken a brief detour from the main story quests, and we're doing role quests. Ah, there you are. You'll be happy to know that the boy is awake, and seems to be no worse for the wear, physically speaking at least. There's one rub, you see. He has no recollection of where he came from, or just how he managed to get swallowed up in the void. Gasp. In fact, other than his own name, Tainer, he can't remember much of anything at all. Seems a good lad, mind you. Eats my half-arsed cooking with a smile, and nary a word of complaint. Oh man, if only my kids could. Yet I reckon he's hurting inside, and badly. We must reunite him with his parents with all due speed. I suggest that he go for a stroll around Mord's Souk in the hopes that the sights might help jog his memories. Can't have wandered far. Why don't you go check on him? Boy. Getting all turned around. He's over here somewhere. Jump! Looks like you found him first. Do you even need me here? Do not tell me you're the one that rescued me from the flow. Yes, I feel from you the same warmth that reached out to me when I was adrift in the aether. I'll be damned, the boy's a sharp one. That's not the least of it. The carer who examined him said they could feel great power welling up from within him. Despite his young age, Tainor here seems to possess a remarkable command of the magical arts. Part of me is wondering if he is like the warrior of darkness, a black mage just as a child. Perhaps I do. Yet I cannot say. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of who I am or where I come from. Only the darkness. No need for apologies, boy. You did well to make it back to us. Speaking of which, can't remember anything at all of what you felt when you were adrift in the void. That I remember, at least I think I do. I recall a vague sensation of someone passing alongside me. Indeed, I believe this is what roused me from my slumber. The hollows are truly a gate between worlds. That would mean that someone recently traveled from ours to another. Or from another to ours. That's not possible, is it? Nah, never heard of such a thing. You'd be surprised. You know something I don't, friend. Worry not, I won't pry for details. Ah, well, no sense in racking our brains over matters beyond our comprehension. Let's concentrate on what we can do, namely, finding the boy here a home. No doubt his memories will come back to him in due time. You truly do that. For me. The two of you have already saved my life. I couldn't possibly burden you any further. No, we're gonna burden somebody else. That's no burden at all. Besides, if we can figure out just who you are and where you came from, it might just lead us to the answers we seek. Now let's consider the options. One possibility is that you're an orphan, all alone in this world, with not a soul to care for or look after you. And yet this seems unlikely. Yes, the mystical powers you possess say otherwise. If you're truly as skilled as magic as they say, then it stands to reason that someone trained you in the art. Who this master of yours is, and whether you are of their blood or simply received their tutelage, I cannot say, but either way, I'm certain they're worried sick about you. If that truly is so, I would very much like to meet this person too. Yarp. That settles it then. Let's get down to business. Took the liberty of inquiring around Mord's Souk in the Crystarium. Unfortunately, there have been no reports of missing persons matching Teynor's descriptions. Which means we have no choice but to take our search elsewhere. I know of a merchant in town whose travels often take him far afield. Let's have a talk with him and see if he's heard any helpful rumors. Rumors of a missing boy, you say? Funny that you ask. It's a long shot, I reckon, but I overheard something the other day that might be of use. That was quick. On my way to Mord's Souk, I stopped over at the inn at Journey's Head. There, I met an ailing mage. As the carers told it, he'd been ambushed by a sin eater and was separated from his child in battle. What the else could it be? The sin eater attacked the poor man. Was Phronesis. That would explain everything. The man you speak of, could he be my father? We must go to him at once. Agreed. I only hope the man is. There's no point in presuming the worst. Let us make for the inn and see what the carers there can tell us. Hawkeye. You know what? I'm going to take a bird. I mean, I've got a bird. I'm going to take a slightly different bird. I do miss, like, the old Bat Riders in World of Warcraft. Like, there was something special about flying through the world. And I'm glad they recreated this, like, a little bit. Even though everybody here teleports around. There's just something special about flying. Oh there, I hear there's a mage in your care who's lost his boy. I do believe we have him right here. Well, presumptuous. I fear there must be some mistake. The boy in question has already been found. This is him, right here. What? So it wasn't my father after all. The boy with you, he too has been separated from his family? Just so. We heard that a man here was looking for his son, and we just hoped. Last, seems it wasn't meant to be. It's a good thing we got his hopes up. But there are many people here, yes? Might I ask around and see if any of the others are my family? But of course, yet many of the people here are quite ill, and in many cases in considerable pain. It's not a place for a young child to walk around unattended. Indeed, it's not. Guess that means either myself or Old here should accompany him. I'll go with him. The walk might help me, or take my mind off things. Not a bad idea. If the lad doesn't mind, I reckon Tainer would rather be with him than with someone his own age. Best friends. Take his mind off things? Speaking of which, how's the boy's father holding up? Fear the old man has already departed on his journey. He is a man no longer. He's a turnip now. The child insisted upon staying by his father's side until the last. I permitted this out of respect for him. A part of me regrets this choice. None so young should suffer such horrors. I think about that sometimes. I don't know. I think I'd want to be with, like, my dad on his dying moment. That's just me personally. Maybe I'd regret it. Maybe I wouldn't. But, you know, I've never gotten to spend last moments with other family members that passed away when I was a kid. It was just like, no, you can't see them. They're in a terrible state. And, yeah, maybe it was the right choice. Maybe it wasn't. Anyway. Hello? Am I late? Like the stream before last time? Honestly, you're kind of just in time. Final Fantasy XIV was in maintenance until just a little while ago. So we were playing something entirely different to kill the time. Anyway, it was some small solace to learn that he has living relatives who reside at the Crystarium. In fact, I was just making preparations to escort him there myself. I see. Reckon we should also find someone to look out after Tainor as well. Don't get me wrong, friend. I haven't given up on the prospect of finding the boy's family, but we have no other leads, and a deadly sin eater is still on the loose. If the lad tags along with us every step of the way, he's far more likely to end up dead or worse than ever reunite with his family. Here's what I propose. We find someone to watch after Tainor for the time being, get back on the hunt, and gather whatever clues we can about his origins along the way. Very well, but we must see that he is safe. Hi, kitty. You want to say hi to everybody? That's some good kitty noises. Thank you. You are all up in my way right now, cat. Aye, that goes without saying. Let us have a talk with the proprietor of the Wandering Stairs. He's kind enough chap who knows damn near everyone in these parts. With any luck, he'll be able to direct us to a willing and able guardian. Just got back from trying to make a living and getting a snack. The snack was honestly not worth it. Oof, I hear that. There's nothing worse than like, I need a snack after a hard day's work, and then like the snack ends up being work in itself. Oh, the cat, please don't steal my kitchen utensils again. Do you steal kitchen utensils? He's the kind of guy who will sit on your pizza. He's not really much of well, I was going to say a stealer of things. He does like to knock things off things. He's got a little stuffed Dalmatian that he's had since he was like a really, really tiny kitten. And one of our favorite games is I will put him up in a high spot and he just can't have that. He'll fly through the air to like knock him down. Yeah, I'm talking about you to strangers. He is very happy right now. Look, I don't like this any more than you do. It's the best we can do for the boy given the circumstances. At any rate, let's find him and share the news. Don't worry. It's my decision. I intend to take responsibility for it. Yeah, you're a good guy. We cool. I feel like I worded my response a little bad. He was like, obviously we're going to take care of the child. Bad news, friend. It seems the young one's gotten into a quarrel of sorts and Tanor's up and run away. What? Seems Lad mentioned how he'd come out from one of the hollows. The other boy put two and two together and figured he'd been attacked by a sin eater. Then I said my dad was attacked by a sin eater and he turned into one himself. So I asked, what if you turn into a sin eater too? Tanner's face went all white. He kept saying, what do you mean? What do you mean? Over and over again. I just couldn't take it anymore. Before I knew it, I was shouting at him, shut up, just shut up. I bet you're turning into a sin eater already. Why did I say such mean and nasty things? Don't be so hard on yourself, lad. Both of you have had a rough go of it these past few days. Nobody could blame either one of you for feeling a bit on edge. But we must hurry and find Tanner before he comes to harm. Let's split up. I search the west, you take the east, and be careful out there. That's an accurate representation of children. You're like, oh, hey. You guys have similar traumas. You might get along well. Oh no, it exploded in everybody's faces and everything turned out for the worse. And nobody could have predicted it. Welp. For me, that's a Tuesday. I word my responses poorly almost all the time. Yeah. It's good to feel shame about such things. Hello. I forgot how to play the game. I'm just gonna go ahead and cook you guys and Tanor. Yeah. You all right, buddy? Relevant news. A new update for Inazuma 11 Victory Road just came out with a cool new feature ranging from cool to what was the point of that? Worthy. Why am I mentioning this? Well, Inazuma 11, for one, is an awesome game. That's worth mentioning. And they keep dropping new content for it regularly. It's possibly the only game I've ever seen that was actually worth the $70 price tag. Also, the World Cup started yesterday, so everybody's a little soccer/football crazy. Just wanted to vent about some features you consider kind of Pointless? Sorry about that. Tell me about the pointless features. Sometimes they are the most fun. When I heard the clamor of battle, I feared the worst. I see you have everything under control. You okay, lad? Yeah, he's fine. Aren't you? Forgive me. I don't deserve this kindness. Nonsense. I was just so scared. I was worried about what would become of me. If I never recovered my memories, and then I started thinking, what if I ended up like that boy's father? What if it's already happening to me? That's one matter you needn't worry yourself with. The carrier who examined you told me as much. You suffered no direct wounds. You're in no more danger of turning into a sin eater than old or me. Is that so? It's good to hear, but I must apologize to the boy. I should have known better than to badger him about such things, especially after what happened with his father. Funny thing that. He was saying the same thing about you. You both have good hearts, lad. You've been through more than any man should. There's no need to be ashamed about your feelings. There's still so much I don't understand about this world. Why does no one know I'm here? Why does no one here know of me? Am I doomed to be alone for the rest of my days? Why must it be this way? If only I could remember something, anything. I'm sick of not knowing who I am. Sick of being alone. My heart. Hi, kitty. What you doing? Now it's your turn, Taynor. Do not be disheartened by your last attempt. Even the greatest mages have known failure. Your command of magic is equal to my own. If I can succeed, there's no reason why you cannot. Free your mind of worry and focus. Thank you, Nielbert. I shall try my best. Wait, isn't Nielbert the guy? Is he the guy? Wicked White, are you alright, old? Yeah, it's just a thing I do. I remember now. I was standing here on these blighted plains, my head hung low in shame, and Yelbert turned to me with a smile and heartening words. Yelbert, why does the name sound so familiar? I reckon we've much to discuss, but not in this godforsaken place. Let's head back to the inn and see if we can't get to the bottom of this. The feature you found kind of pointless was adding the main matches of Victory Road story mode into Chronicle mode. They feel kind of redundant as you can do rematches freely in story mode already. Emphasized by the cutscenes basically being copy and pasted from story mode. That does sound dumb. It seems like, I don't know, maybe it gives you like the replayability without going through the entire story again. I could see a benefit to that. And plus, if it adds a little ease to unlocking all the main story mode characters, that could be good too. Especially if they add like those, I want to say there's like 9 characters that you can choose to make up like the remaining part of your 11. If they added those into like the constellations, that would be nice. I don't know, I could see a benefit to it. It's not for me because I played through the story mode and never want to do it again. It's not exactly the kind of story you want to see over and over and over again. Anyway, I reckon we've much to discuss, but not in this godforsaken place. Let's head back to the inn and see if we can get to the bottom of this. Hello. Ow! Don't scissor me, Xerxes. Only benefit you can think of is getting some story mode players a bit easier by comparison. Yeah. Like I just said, man, I type slow. That's fine. You just got off work. Don't beat yourself up over anything. Enjoy your snack and type be late. It's fine. Tainer, are you alright? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said those nasty things. Forgive me for reacting as I did. In fact, I'm fine. I seem to have recovered some of my memories. Really? That's wonderful. Maybe you won't feel so scared and alone anymore. I'm leaving to go live in the Crystarium with my relatives. Promise me you'll come visit? I mean, after you get your memories back and all, of course. It's a promise. Till next time, my friend. I knew that you two would work things out. Now let's return to Mord Sook. We have had more than our share of questions that need answering. I'ma ride a bird again. But yeah, that's kind of the nature of chat. Like, I'm going to answer questions while you're typing, or I'm going to answer things while you're typing. Get ahead in the conversation, you'll be behind. The worst is, like, with my ADHD, I've forgotten things that happened like 5 minutes ago. And so, like, the worst thing that happens is I have no idea, like, what you might be referencing if, like, it comes in 5 minutes late. Like, that almost makes it better that you're talking about something irrelevant to what's on the screen. Because I have that context of Inazuma 11 just kind of sitting in my head. As I saw, first you fainted all of a sudden. When you came to, a portion of Tainor's memories had returned. What in the world happened out there? It's like a thing. It's a whole stupid thing. The power to look into the past, eh? And you're certain that what Old described matches up with your recollection of the past? I don't know how to break this to you, lad, but your friend Nilbert was with you that day? He's no ordinary boy. He's none other than the very man who became Phronesis. One of those God's damned warriors of light. If he was just a young child in your memories, that means what you saw took place over 100 years ago. Would that it were just a coincidence, another boy with the same name, but nah, judging from the formidable command of magic, we can only assume it was him. On the way back, I managed to recall some more about Nilbert and myself. We were taken in by a group of mages, a consortium of sorts. They were searching for a means to open a hole into another world, and were recruiting young children with high magical aptitude for the task. Gilbert and myself were the two they chose. Can't be serious. Yet that would explain the Sin Eater's ability to summon those damn hollows. And if you possess the same knowledge and training that Gilbert did, it could also explain why you were able to survive in there all this time. But what I don't understand is, why haven't you aged at all? Cannot say for sure, and yet my memories, they're slowly coming back to me. In time I might be able to help you find a way to close the hollows. Be a lifesaver if you could, but don't overburden yourself, you're still recovering after all. In the meantime, don't worry. Old and I will see that you're safe. I thought Taynor was just a victim of the Sin Eater. To think he was actually friends with the man himself. Back when he was still a man. This can't be simple coincidence. Yeah. I'm convinced of it now. The child holds the key to defeating Phronesis. We must keep him safe and not let him out of our sights. Besides, look at how hard he's trying to recover his memories. I'm not so heartless as to kick the poor lad aside before he's figured matters out. But we can't very well rush things. You and I will continue to prepare for the battles ahead, while we're waiting for the rest of Taynor's memories to come back to him. That is to say, if that's all right with you, lad. I'm so sorry. I couldn't possibly burden you any further. Look, lad, I've only known you a short while, but I can tell you've got a good heart and a good head on your shoulders. I can only begin to imagine the horrors you've been through, not to mention the fears and uncertainty you face even now. But I want you to promise me this. No more apologies. You're no burden to us, not in the least. You're a valuable member of our band, and as long as you're willing, I want you with us. Isn't that right, old? Yeah. I see. Thank you, Sereg. Thank you, old. I will aid in your quest in whatever way I can. That's more like it. We're counting on you, lad. And I do not have the level to do the next one. Level 76. What level am I now? 75. We will be back for you. On the bright side, there are new matches that make certain previous game exclusive team challengeable again. And they're quite the challenge to beat, resulting in some of them feeling like they're too challenging. Oh, now you've got me intrigued. Ironic, as players complain matches were getting too easy, now it's too hard for them. I do remember. What was it? It was like the final match of like the story mode. Like after you beat story mode, you got to fight Aphrodite. Is that his name? Aphrodite? Aphrodite? And I remember it being really, really difficult. And like probably the most fun I had in that game was, you know, trying my hardest to beat him. I feel like we tried 3 or 4 times before we actually did. And so I'm happy that there's a big challenging mode now. Where am I going? Trying to find the quest on the map here. Like, there's a road on the mini-map, but there really isn't a road on the mini-map. The map isn't an accurate representation of, like, what I'm walking on right now. Alright, back to the main storyline. I don't know when we'll do role quests again, but it'll be soon. Maybe I'll get up to level 80 so we can do them all in a row. Begging your pardon, sir, but do you perchance intend to head outside? If so, I would strongly advise you not to stray too far from the Crystarium. Word has it, Yulmore has dispatched its military to Lakeland. Given the timing, one can only assume they do not welcome the return of night. Even now, the Exarch is in the ocular, debating a response. Deliberating a response? As that word passed me by, I realized it had a lot more letters than I gave it. I read like an AI. Basically, it's all a predictive modeling. I don't actually see the words on the screen. I just assume them based on context. Does anybody else read like that? I don't know if you've noticed, but like I'm constantly like changing the words around, like entire sentences. Like in the last quest we did, there was something like the boy Taynor said like a line and then another line, and I swapped the lines in my head. And I don't know why I do that. Probably just, you know, the big boatload of learning disabilities like everybody else. Do I have business inside? Yes, I do.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands.
Oh, really?
Laxon Loft here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
Very soon, it turns out.
My lord, I am come with the Yulmoren emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round.
We're gonna beat him with sticks, aren't we?
I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish.
Hey, if he casts X Zone, we're gonna be done for.
Enter.
That's a reference to an old Final Fantasy VI bug.
Well, well. The commander of the Yulmoren army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
Oh, dang, old Fu Manchu.
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmore's interest in this?
His benevolence, Lord Vorthry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin Eater. Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
In that case, no, it wasn't us?
Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Yulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry. In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmore's mercy, promptly.
Don't you do it. Don't you do X-Zone.
Last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmore's army since before Vorthry's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmore chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
'Tis noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Yulmore has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay.
Oh?
According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Laxan Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia.
Oh.
It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmor before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
Wait. The generation of Minfilias?
Ah, of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Maren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He'll be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right. Though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
Alright. So during that cutscene, I referenced Vanish and X Zone in Final Fantasy VI. So in Final Fantasy VI, if you cast X Zone or Vanish on any like non-boss enemy, and then you cast a spell called X Zone, you can instantly kill any of them. The Cabinet of Curiosity is over here. Huh. I really haven't figured my way around the Crystarium yet. But yeah. So the joke is, the Exarch cast Vanish. If anyone cast X Zone, we would be immediately murdered. Possibly. How many stairs are there? Dang. I don't think I've ever been to this Cabinet of Curiosity. Like, we went to a library, but, like, I thought that was on the other side of the world. I think the super hard matches in Inazuma 11 are called Legend Showdowns. Sorry for the brief sign out. Your connection got janky again. That's fine. Connections do be like that. Okay, like, how do I get down there? You telling me I can't jump the railing? That's not good. There we go. That's all I wanted. A cliff. Yo, dog, let me in. The heck are you doing? Don't tell me you closed this area for maintenance. That board is called the Nuts board. I'm not falling for that trick again. They're like, hey, what's going on in the Nuts board? Oh, nuts. This place is cool. Place is pretty. I think the Legend Showdowns are accessible through Chronicle mode. Sounds interesting. Okay, yeah. No, this is the library we were at before. Guess I didn't realize how far away the hallways actually led. Yeah? If it's books pertaining to the Warrior of Darkness, I'm afraid most are out on loan at the present, or experiencing quite a surge in popularity. Nah, that ain't it. Oh, you wish to learn about the Oracle of Light? That would be my pleasure to assist. And after I've finished off a few outstanding tasks, that is, while I attend to them, perhaps you could fetch me a book, the Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light, it's called. Though it's intended for younger readers, it provides an excellent summary of the subject matter, and the artwork is quite lovely besides. I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone with an interest in learning about Minfilia. But you must see for yourself. The book should be located near on the level below. Should, I say, for while there is a place for everything here, not everything is always in its place. Despite my best efforts, in short, if the book is not where it should be, it will almost certainly be somewhere it shouldn't. So, good luck. Cool. Yeah, I imagine it maintaining like an ancient library without computers and scanners has got to be an absolute nightmare. The book doesn't appear to be here. I had a fun moment at the library with my daughter recently. There's a computer system to like help search up the books you want to get. And I look over to what my daughter was looking for. And she had typed in Empire of Orgasm. And I was like, what's going on here, daughter? The book does not appear to be here. And she was like, Daddy, what's an Empire of Orgasm? And I was like, it's a bit much, dear. It's probably too much orgasm if I had to ask. But it turns out there was a new book release that was kind of sitting on display nearby. And she read the title and typed it in to, I guess, learn more about it. She was just curious. Just as your eyes begin to blur, you finally come to rest on a copy of the Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light. But yeah, I'll never forget the lines. As long as I live, Daddy, what is an Empire of Orgasm? The magic of having children. I mean, one begets the other, right? Have you found the book? Yes, this is the one. Hope it wasn't too difficult to track down. I'm happy to say I've finished all my pressing tasks. If you want to call your friends over, we can begin learning at once. Without further ado, then, it began 100 years ago when the flood of light threatened to swallow Norvart. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance. A maiden with hair spun gold and eyes of the clearest sapphire. Naught was known about her, save her name was Minfilia. And for delivering the realm, she came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden who vanished without a trace, 15 years later, her name would unexpectedly reappear in the annals of history. Ah, these are cool pictures. When the Sin Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Vobert, a young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. This is awesome. How come children's books have the best art one with hair of spun gold and eyes as clear as sapphire. She was hailed as an oracle reborn, and came to likewise be called Minfilia. Listing in the Ulmoran army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless sin eaters. Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Yet with her dying breath, she whispered unto her grieving comrades, "Minfilia will return." And true to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed the selfsame eyes, and the selfsame hair, and those selfsame powers. She too took the name Minfilia. She too fought the Sin Eaters as a soldier of Ulmor, and she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, so the cycle continues to this day. And that concludes the tale. By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Novrent on numerous occasions. And were it not for them, we might have never learned of the Light Wardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some perhaps. The truth is rather simple. Though the Oracle is reborn with certain common traits, she does not inherit the memories or the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All of the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls, unversed in the ways of war and ignorant of the power that they harbored. While some embraced their fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not. But all were made to face the Sin Eaters, and all died to keep our hopes alive. Wait, the ones who didn't embrace their faith, or just like, you know what, fight this guy? Is that what you're telling me? What can you tell us about the current Minfilia? It was found by the Ulmorian some 10 years ago and taken into their care. Rather, their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name. For by that time, under Lord Valthry's rule, Ulmor had already abandoned resistance in favor of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight, potential threat to the peace, and so they kept her under lock and key. For a long while, we heard nothing more of her. Couldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it was in the Ulmorans' best interest for her to remain under their control. Then, 3 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Indeed. I believe we now have a good grasp of Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time, Morin. Might I trouble you for a word, old? Outside? Okay. It was Thancred, right? I assume Thancred saved her. Because that is the sort of thing Thancreds do. And I imagine we're going to meet him soon. As you have already surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our own dear Thancred. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place too long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Heidelin's emissary to halt the flood of light. It could only be her that the people of the first was witnessed 100 years ago. The original Oracle of Light. But while there's plainly some connection between the woman we knew and her namesake, the fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean they're not the same person. Tancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, the Tancred we know would not forsake his charge. She has been captured. We may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again. Talking in a roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. Just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Heidelin's blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right, old? Aye. I see you've made up your minds. Exarch, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First, the report. Our scouts have confirmed that Yulmoran forces at Lax and Loft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they're holding her there, but we can be certain they will have to move her to Yulmor ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we mean to act, we should do so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, people of the Crystarium. Alright, mission complete. I'll be at the Golden Saucer if you need me. Alright. We got time for another quest. Gold headgear coffer. Sounds lovely.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength, you may well succeed. But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary.
Howdy.
'Twas not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This...
Oops. Sorry. I got excited. I was thinking about his crystal hand. Like, he can move his neck,
friends,
which is mostly
I thank you
crystal.
for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all.
But it looks like he can't move his fingers.
As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmor a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmor. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years. Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
Hit him with sticks. I mean, terrorism.
You already know our minds.
Like, the answer's terrorism, right? Like, they're entire base kind of teeters. Like, you could just plant some bombs there, bing bang boom, war over.
It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrand deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmor's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do, we will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for? We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmor's ultimatum.
Hear, hear!
Hear, hear!
Warrior of Darkness face be like, this is a horrible plan.
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
And there you have it. If Yulmor wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
Sounds great.
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
Are we the baddies?
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air. Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. Cease your preparations.
Whee! When was the last time we did a prison break? Like, we've done a few, I think.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
Honestly, this might be the third or fourth prison break.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
Hey, girl, hey. So, you will be joining the guard, but however highly the Exarch thinks of you, you'll receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? Okay. Where's your salute, soldier? Better. More spirited than the Exarch's feeble attempts, certainly. Now, first things first, you will need uniforms. Go to the crystalline mean and report to Catless. She'll see you measured and fitted. Fit check for my napalm era. Are those underpants? Lady. I don't know. She looks more like a UFC fighter than someone just running around in underwear. It rains here now? Like, I guess it's gotta rain. Otherwise, everyone would have died in the last 100 years. But I do kind of like wonder what happens if it rains over like the random ocean of light in the world.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, buddy. You want to say good morning to chat too?
Good morning, Chad.
Hey, girl, hey. And there's the last of them. Your friends are being measured as we speak. Right this way. We'll see to it. You look your dashing best for your first outing. I look exactly the same. Done, are you? Let's have a look at those numbers. See, huh? How goes it? Sorry, Captain. I'm afraid we don't have anything on hand that already fit. But we do have a few that are fairly close. We should be able to make them work with some minor adjustments. Very well, see to it, and have the uniforms delivered directly to the field. I'll take this opportunity to brief you on the mission. As mentioned earlier, we will deploy Amuro to scatter dream powder from the air. Once the powder takes effect, an elite unit will storm the fortress and to rescue the Oracle. Her safe liberation is our sole objective. Engagement is to be avoided whenever possible. I assume we're part of the said unit. Correct. The unit will be divided into two contingents, one deploying from Fort Job and the other from the Austral Imperative. You and Alphino will join the former. Meanwhile, you will join the latter with me. Before you proceed to your positions, you are to report to Chesamil at Spagirix. She will issue you with a serum to ward off the effects of dream powder. We shall be on our way then. Take care, my friend. We will see you in the field. It's quite far to the Imperative, so you may make use of an Amuro from the Rookery. After you've collected the serum, of course. Okay. To the serum hole. And yes, that's what we're calling it. Whoop. I'm trying to remember what they actually called it. The Spragiric or something?
Thanks. Oh.
Hey girl, hey. Yeah, sweetie? Something you need? Oh, one of the guard came for your dram. Are you? Here you go. This dose will keep you firmly in the waking world while your enemies are off in dreamland. Now, if this is your first time, I should warn you, it's bitter as sin. Prince's kiss, they call it. But if you ask me, it should be a crone's kiss. Just aside, the stuff is really foul. Most people gag like there's no tomorrow, but if you don't drain every last drop, you're liable to end up taking a trip to dreamland yourself. So I must ask you to drink it here and now while I watch. Come on, give the old crone a kiss. Look. Well done, sweetie. I'm proud of you. Why, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you enjoyed it. And now you needn't fear falling asleep on the battlefield. Just have a care that you don't lose any limbs out there, alright? They don't tend to grow back. And we're off. Now that we've finished with the serum hole, we have to go to the bird hole. I think. Oop. No, he's down there. It's alright, I know a shortcut. Ah, my legs. Yes, what do you require of me? Birds. You know, here at the bird store where they make birds. And I'm on to take you to the Imperative, eh? As much as I would like to oblige, all our mounts are reserved for the coming operation. I fear you have to go by foot. But wait, there must be another way. Assuming you're willing to lend a hand. You know I'm part of the coming operation, right? And what is this shiny new hat? An iridescent hat of casting. Honestly, it's a good look for me.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But who ever heard of a mage wearing pants? You know what? Honestly, I think I might just keep this look for a little while. I mean, we'll switch back eventually, but, you know, for the next couple of quests, we'll look like this. Alright, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I had a great time. We will play some more next week, but for now, I gotta get these kids to school. Do stick around, I will find somebody to raid. Now let's see, who is playing games? Oh, I won't find anybody to raid. I don't have many viewers. How about over on YouTube? Not many there either. You know what? Everybody just have a great Friday. Relax, unwind, and have a good weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.